Hi, my name's Susan Bellier, and I'm the director of the Righ Foundation. Welcome to Inspiring Women Together in 2020. For those of you who don't know us, we operate a center at Queen's University that provides support for students who identify as women and who have experienced a break in their education. We support domestic and international students. We support lots of moms. We work with undergraduate, graduate, and professional students on and off campus and in all faculties and all departments at Queen's University. Queen's University sits on the traditional lands of the Haudenosaunee and Anishinaabe people. We are also within the territory of the Dish with One Spoon Covenant. The Dish with One Spoon is an ancient covenant, and later became a treaty, that asks all of us to work together to protect and preserve the land that we live on and to share respectfully in its bounty. The work that we do at the Righ Center, helping to build community, fostering mutual respect and mutual support for students, resonates fully with the spirit of the Dish with One Spoon Covenant. Each fall since 2016, we've hosted an evening of celebration and entertainment to honor the recipients of the Inspiring Women Awards. The event and the awards that they honor was first made possible through the generous gift of an anonymous donor. It continues with the renewal of that gift and the tireless work of Righ's staff, the board of directors, and of course, our students. For the past 4 years, we've held that evening of celebration here at the beautiful Isabel Bader Center for the Performing Arts. This year is a little different. Because of COVID-19, the theater is dark. But thanks to the gracious and enthusiastic participation of our award winners, their nominators, and several very special guests, we're able to present this short video to honor our award winners for 2020 and to bring you a little bit of the Righ spirit into your home. Welcome to Inspiring Women Together in 2020.
Hi everyone, I'm Sanober Omar. If you frequented the Righ Center in the past 5 years or so, chances are you may have bumped into me because I completed writing my entire PhD dissertation at the Righ Center. Today, I am an assistant professor at York University, and it is not an exaggeration to claim that had it not been for the support of Righ Center, I wouldn't be here today. The Righ Center has been such a special place for me. I remember when I first stumbled into the center 6 years ago. My life was going through a flux and it clearly took a toll on my health. So I first started using the Righ Center merely as a place to nap and rest in. But eventually I started using the Righ Center as a space where I would write my assignments and read the literature for my dissertation. And surely, I developed some of the most meaningful friendships of my life at the Righ Center, especially because of brilliant student advisors like Jamila and Lisa. Jamila and Lisa were there for me not just to guide me through times of financial precarity, but to also remind me about my strength as a woman. And one of the most important lessons I learned at the Righ Center, not just through Jamila and Lisa, but through the diverse community of women who visited the center, is the importance of vulnerability as a step towards building resiliency and thinking creatively about a new world, which is so needed in our times today. It was at the Righ Center where women across religion, race, immigrant or citizenship status, and sexual orientation bonded with each other over delicious bowls of soup, listened to delightfully relatable afternoon talks, and chatted with one another about a number of things that could range from intense politics to everyday mundane living, to rearing children, to, of course, navigating school as mature women in a largely young campus. The Righ has been a ray of light for many of us, and in these times, I hope that it is those values of the Righ Center that we carry with us including taking a moment to celebrate our unacknowledged services as women, for ourselves, for our children, for our families, and for our communities. Moving on, let's hear from Susan Bellier, the director of the Banry Center.
Students like Sanober are the heart and soul of the Banry Center. For those students watching this video, we miss you and we can't wait to see you again in person. Before the pandemic hit, we were in conversation with Sadia Rafiquedeen about participating in this year's Inspiring Women celebration. Sadia is an award-winning investigative reporter, a Ground Truth Global Migration Reporting Fellow, and a Pulitzer Center Reporting Fellow. Currently, Sadia is investigating the effect of the pandemic on asylum seekers in Montreal and on populations in Florida. Sadia has kindly recorded a brief address for us where she talks about some of the people in her life who have been inspiring in her personal and professional journey. We're delighted to welcome Sadia Rafiquedeen.
Hi everyone, my name is Sadia Rafiquedeen and it is such a joy to be here today. Assalamu alaikum, may peace be on you. I am so thrilled to be asked by Susan and Lisa to be here. Unfortunately, it's not in person as I would have hoped, but this will have to do for now. They asked me to speak at this event to talk about some stories about my own life and things that have inspired me in my own journey. I came to Canada as a 5-year-old from Pakistan, a journey that my parents did not know at one point that they would ever have to take. And over the course of the past year, at a time that has been unusually difficult in ways that many of us could not have imagined, my ancestors have been the people who I have leaned on the most. They are the people whose journeys that have inspired me the most, and they're the people whose journeys have shown me that there is always a path forward, even in the most difficult challenges. My grandmother, Aisha Begum, escaped India in the midst of the partition. My mom often tells us the stories of how she left her zucchinis overnight in a bowl with knives left around the bowl, and she knew that it was because of the fact that she was scared and needed to leave in a very quick overnight caravan to Pakistan with her children. And my mom had no idea that someday she would be on a similar journey as a refugee herself, this time coming from Pakistan to Canada. When about a decade ago, my family and I went back to Pakistan, and we ended up going through my mom's old betis, as we call it. Betis are these large tin-like boxes that hold a person's most valuable possessions. And we found these 2 diaries in there. And the diaries had my mom's deepest thoughts and feelings, things that inspired her, things that she had written in the 1970s. She had often told us over the years, I can't imagine how you're my children. And we'd always tell her, of course you're our mom. You got an education when it was not the norm to do that. You're the person who forged a path forward when it wasn't the path, it was the path less traveled. And in these diaries, we could see how so much of who we are was there. And it was almost like we found proof, see, we found it. We realized why you're our mom. And those are the kinds of moments that I have leaned on this past year. Those are the moments that have inspired me the most. And I hope that those are the moments that bring you the joy in your life as we go through these rather tumultuous periods. All of us have these kinds of moments and stories where the people who have come before us, whether they are the people in our own lives or people at the Banry Center, have inspired us. And I hope that that is what you lean on as well. Thank you so much for having me here. Now, it's with my great pleasure that I welcome the nominators and recipients of the Banry Foundation's Inspiring Women Awards for 2020. Thank you.
Hi, My name is Tyron Luis Morejon Perez. I am an international student in the Geography department. I'm in the second year of my PhD working with Professor Beverley Mullings, which is the person I nominated for the 2020 Van Ray Center Mentorship Award, and I am more than excited to know that Bev is one of the recipients of this year's award. I am speaking on behalf of the Global Economics of Everyday Life Lab, which is a community of scholars in the Geography department, led by Professor Beverley Mullings, which have created this space where we share ideas, we write, we read together, but most importantly, we connect with our peers and we support each other. I've been working with Professor Beverley Mullings for over 2 years now, and during that time I have been blessed to have the support and the advice of Beverley with me constantly. And one of the many PhD students working with Beverley at this moment, many of whom are either Black international students or mature women with kids. So I'm joining them. I'm speaking on behalf of them to congratulate Bev for the 2020 Van Ray Center Mentorship Award, to send her for all the good work she does with us, because we truly believe that Beverley defines what good mentorship should look like.
Hi everyone. This is such an honor, the best sort of honor, being recognized for inspiring others and contributing to community. I accept this honor with humility, recognizing that there are many women at Queen's who work tirelessly to inspire and to build in ways rarely recognized, sometimes not even by themselves. But in accepting this award, I want to highlight the other side of mentorship, and that is the benefits that accrue to those who mentor. I continue to be sustained by the community of scholars that I have had the pleasure of collaborating with at Queen's over the years. Many of these scholars are students that I advise and early career professors who have been an absolute source of inspiration and joy. My route as a Black woman through the academy has come with its own share of hard knocks and disappointments. I don't know which Black, Indigenous, or woman scholar of colour hasn't had hard knocks and disappointments, but it has also come with relationships that have nurtured and enriched my soul over the years. To be in solidarity, to conspire and plot together in a common vision for change, for that better side of what we could be, that's a blessing that has sustained me throughout my career. This award reminds me of this blessing, and especially now, in this time of great uncertainty, of the importance of finding new ways to support and inspire each other, even when we are physically apart. So, I accept the honor and recognition by the Van Ray Inspiring Women Mentorship Award. Thank you very much.
Hello, my name is Nikki Kaludis, and I'm in my second year of a master's program in cultural studies at Queen's. Burcu is my supervisor. I nominated Burcu because I find her work shows me a very clear vision of hope and possibility for the future. She shows me how one person can make a meaningful difference to create spaces of tolerance, social solidarity, and mutual support. Right now we're standing in front of one of the community gardens in Kingston that's run by Mutual Aid Cataraqui Kingston, a local group that Burcu helps organize with many other dedicated volunteers. The food that these gardens produce is given away for free in the community. With this activism, the simple act of gardening has the potential to be revolutionary. Through Burcu's work, she demonstrates that it is possible to combat global problems like food insecurity with persistent and sustained community activism at the local level. It is in this region of hope and possibility that I find inspiration. Thank you, Burcu.
Hi, my name is Dr. Melissa Hotaling. I am an adjunct professor and undergraduate chair in the Department of Gender Studies. I've known Burcu since 2010 when we were graduate students together in the sociology department, and have been working together since 2015 in the gender studies department as adjuncts. Burcu is not only a colleague, but a good friend and fellow activist whose compassion for others and commitment to knowledge sharing, mentorship, and social justice work make her ideal for this award. She is passionate about the content she teaches to all of her students, from first year to fourth year, be they on campus or online. Burcu is an attentive listener and incredibly supportive of her TAs. She's a wonderful mentor to them in navigating graduate school, including students who are mature students and immigrant students. Burcu is an inspiring friend, a mentor, and a leader in many communities within Kingston. She works tirelessly to support women, especially those marginalized by their race, their sexuality, and/or their age, and she continues to inspire both undergraduate and graduate students at Queen's. Congratulations, Burcu.
Greetings. My name is Habibe Burcu, and I am thrilled to be one of the recipients of the 2020 Inspiring Women Mentorship Award of the Beverley Foundation. There is a warm place in my heart for Beverley Center, as I know the difference this supportive learning community can make in a mature women student's life. 12 years ago, in my first year at Queen's University as a mature international student, I gave a lunch talk. It was my first public talk in Kingston. The feeling of camaraderie and mutual support was exactly what I needed. The center became my shelter in tough times and helped me establish a community in Kingston. Today, I am honored and humbled to receive the Mentorship Award. All the inspiring women I have had the chance and pleasure to work with on this campus have taught me that the depth of mentorship can only be paid forward by mentoring others. I feel that I am at the beginning of this journey to pay my debt to all these inspiring women, starting with Annette Burfoot, Susan Lord, Melissa Hotelling, Sandra Dan Otter, Saida Jaffer, and all the other inspiring women who are dreaming of a better world, working to create it by holding others up through their mentorship, scholarship, teaching, community work, and friendship. This work is even harder in the weird times that we are going through, striving to connect each other through tiny screens. I would like to thank Beverley Center for this award and for giving me the chance to send my warmest regards to the Beverley community. I'm thinking of you, and it fills me with the fuel to continue the tradition of working for progressive change by holding each other up in hard times and good. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Laura Phillips. I'm a PhD student in cultural studies, looking at ways to reduce the settler colonial narrative in museums in Kingston, Cataraqui. I have British and Irish ancestry. I grew up in London, Ontario, which is located in the territories of the Oneida of the Thames, the Chippewa of the Thames, and the Munsee Delaware nations. I'm recording this on behalf of myself, Lib Spry, and Daniel Marshall, the amazing team of colleagues that nominated Dr. Terrylynn Brennan for the Beverley Inspiring Women Leadership Award. I want to say a few words about why we nominated Terry and why we're so delighted that she was chosen for this award. Congratulations, Terry. When I saw the call for nominations for the Inspiring Women Leadership Award, I thought immediately about Terry and the many ways she's contributed to working to forward the rights of women and girls internationally, as well as her important work to increase the visibility and inclusion of Indigenous peoples in Cataraqui, Kingston. I first came to know Terry when she was putting together the Engage for Change talking circles for the city of Kingston back in 2017. When I read her report, you can find it online, Purposeful Dialogues, which surveyed the many local Indigenous peoples about their experience living and working in Cataract Way, Kingston. It really helped to guide my work as a settler wanting to do PhD research that would hopefully have a lasting impact and help to decolonize spaces over time. Terri now runs her own consulting company, Inclusive Voices, and works on important projects across Canada. One of her projects was creating incredible interpretation panels for Murnay Tower Museum that speak of the many millennia of how the land was used and occupied by Indigenous peoples. I'd really encourage you to go to see them if you have a chance. Terri has also run school programs here to foster inclusivity and many other things. I interviewed her twice for my PhD research, and it was only then that I learned the full extent of her work internationally. She worked in Egypt and Nepal fighting for the rights of girls and women. I know she has a lot of new projects on the go right now, and she works to support local community initiatives and continues to be an active voice to support the rights of Indigenous peoples across this land. Terri is an inspirational community leader and an example of the strength of Haudenosaunee women. It is an honor and a privilege to know her. I'm happy that Beverley Center provides this opportunity to celebrate the wonderful, inspiring women in the community and at Queen's University. Congratulations again, Terri.
Sego. Sego's gonna go as Ewa Guego. Wat Manumaradon. Dr. Terrylynn Brennan Youngyats. Gunyaga Haga British, Nidrododan. Goweno Kweski Goweno De Gunyagari. Ishwigan Niditaron. So hello, and welcome. Welcome to this land of the Dish with One Spoon Treaty, shared land between the Anishinaabe and my ancestors, the Haudenosaunee Onkwe. I am Dr. Terrylynn Brennan. I identify of mixed heritage, Mohawk on my father's side and British on my mother's side, and my family comes from Six Nations of the Grand River, Brantford, Ontario. I am extremely humbled to have been nominated for this award, let alone accepting it. I was very cautious about accepting it because I truly recognize that I am only one of thousands of leading women across this community in this region, and of which the three that nominated me, Laura Phillips, Lib Spry, and Danielle Marshall, are certainly leaders in my mind who continue to inspire me always. I do want and hope that other women across this community recognize that it takes a family to move the needle, and we are not always operating individually. For the most part, we operate as a whole, and that is the way that we are making change happen across this community. I also have to recognize the men out there who step aside and give way to the women to take that role. And so here, I'd like to say thank you to all my colleagues and friends, my family, for always standing behind me and being in support of me as a leading woman, and to all those women that I stand behind going forward. Thank you. Nyawa.
Hello, my name is Melcote, and I've been a member of the Beverley Foundation Board of Directors since 2016. Since it opened its doors in 1974, the Beverley Center at Queen's University has been a vibrant and welcoming source of support, advice, community, and delicious soup for women students, staff, faculty, and alumni at Queen's. Our founders envisioned Beverley as a place of intellectual vitality by way of mutual encouragement and individual accomplishment. The Board of Directors is committed to honoring their legacy by sustaining this resource in support of mature and non-traditional women's access to education at Queen's. Since its inception in 2016, Inspiring Women has become the Foundation's signature event. This is an opportunity to celebrate women's contributions to their Queens and Kingston communities. The Beverley Foundation is proud to celebrate these incredible women whose work so richly deserves our recognition and gratitude. On behalf of the Board of Directors, I'd like to extend our sincere congratulations to this year's Inspiring Women Award recipients: Dr. Beverley Mullings, Dr. Burcu Baba, and Dr. Terrylynn Brennan.
Hi, my name is Abby Zotz, and I'm a singer-songwriter, and I'm honored to be sharing my song Belief with you at the Inspiring Women Awards. I'm joined as well by my friend Joel Saunders, who will be playing guitar and singing backup vocals with me. I wrote the song Belief some time ago, inspired by the incredible stories I heard over and over about so many women coming through the doors at Righ. They rose to tremendous challenges that I can't even imagine. I was also inspired by Righ itself. I don't know many places across our country on the campuses that we attend where mature women students can go and have their well-being front and center, where they can have a bowl of soup and some sorority and some precious rest, as well as inspiration. I think that as women, it's generally safe to say that we don't always see, let alone own, our myriad strengths. We don't own our power all the time, and it takes a lifetime to do that. It's not a flash of insight. It's something that happens step by step, achievement by achievement, soup by soup. And I think any chance we have to take a deep breath and say, this is me, and this is what I bring to the world, that's an incredibly vital thing to do. So I hope you enjoy Belief. This is for all of you who've inspired it and continue to inspire all of us.
I have been living my life, I have been getting by to some degree of fine. I have relied on my hands, I have infused them with heart, and I have not denied my mind. But sometimes I hear whispers of something in the still of the morning or the roar of the day, and I've asked of myself, what is it that's missing, and why I want to come into my life and stay. Turning from praise, I have been running from words, and it can tire you out. I have been given this chance, I have been standing up taller to see within and without. And I have to laugh when I hear that expression applied about turning over a new leaf. 'Cause there's so many pages and it's no easy read, and it's so hard to know what to keep or leave. To believe. And I have to laugh when I hear that expression applied about turning over a new leaf. 'Cause it's more like a forest, and it's tending each tree, and the fruit of my labor I finally see is belief, 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 believe. Nothing is beyond you, nothing is beyond you now. Nothing is beyond you, nothing's beyond you now. Nothing is beyond you, it's all before you now. Believe, believe.
Thank you, Abby and Joel, for that video, and thank you to Sadia and Sanober for such meaningful, heartfelt, and creative contributions to this video. My name is Lisa Webb, and I'm one of the student advisors at the Banry Center. I feel very privileged to be here tonight. On behalf of the Banry Foundation, I would like to congratulate once again our award recipients for this evening, and also to thank the nominators, not only for recognizing inspiring women, but also for investing in our awards process in order to make it a more public acknowledgement. We'd like to express our gratitude to the extended community as well, the hundreds and hundreds of women and men who have participated for over 46 years as board members, staff, noon hour speakers, financial supporters, and more recently, faculty mentors. Your contributions have been critical to the center. And thanks too to the students, the mature women students who make up the Banry Center community, who create and maintain an inclusive, welcoming, warm, and respectful space for themselves and for others as well. You're the reason the center exists. And finally, to everyone who has tuned in and connected this evening here together in 2020 to celebrate inspiration and women and education in the Banry Center, thank you for joining us. And until we all meet again, take care and good night.